We're walking, we're talking, we're walking, we're talking, we're walking and talking and walking and talking and walking and talking.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Walkin Talkin. I'm Brian.
And I'm Aaron.
And today we're talking about boats. Yeah guys, we're talking about boats. This is gonna be fun. We're here in Marina Del Rey, and there's a lot of boats here, guys. All the boats. Every boat you're looking at, we got it right here. Boats, ships.
Every boat in the world is here right now.
Every boat in the world. We're gonna walk around the whole marina. Come guys, ready? It's like gonna be an hour walk here around the whole marina. We're gonna go all the way to Fisherman's Village. It's gonna be fun. Fisherman's Village is like our San Francisco's wharf, right?
Okay, yeah. Like Pier 39 in San Francisco, but it's a little bit less well known and maybe not as developed, but should be fun to go end up there and see what it's like. I've been here before to this marina, but I haven't really wandered the whole thing, so I'm excited to explore it.
Dude, it's gonna be fun. I've only been here like once, my second time right now. So I was like, this place is great, right?
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's perfect.
Whoops. Oh,
plenty of sanitation and room to walk.
Watch out, Brian. Watch out. See, that's what I get for walking backwards too much right there.
You got your sea legs, it looks like.
Oh man, that was the situation.
Are you all right?
I'm okay. I was like, I didn't think there was any kind of like sanitation cans right here, but we got that. But it's gonna be a fun walk, of course. Again, if you guys want to see boats, we got all the boats right here.
Yeah, the boats are behind Brian, which, there's a lot of really cool ones out there. We saw some big ones on the way in, but these are more sailboats, it looks like.
Oh yeah, there's sailboats, there's like fisherman boats, there's of course people for their big yacht excursions out in the ocean as well. Yeah, all those here. But boats have been around for a long time, like over 10,000 years. Boats.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, 10,000 years ago. They're taking like actual canoes and like, of course, taking trees and then chipping away at them and making boats out of them too.
Yeah, I read like the original ones were made from like skins or animal hides or out of burning or kind of carving out dugouts is what they were called. Like a tree or a log, you would basically carve it out so that it would be buoyant in the water.
Which makes sense.
Kind of a canoe type of thing.
Like who decides that? Who's like, I'm going to carve this out and throw it in some water?
Yeah, well, some of it is probably observation, right? Like you see something floating, you see something that can kind of, animals will take a ride on driftwood, and I think it's kind of like a natural understanding, like we need something buoyant so that we can travel on it,
Yeah, it makes sense. And of course, like, I love that. Like, think about back even like the Egyptians. They were the first people that made sails too that actually went on the boats as well, like square sails.
Oh, wow.
So, like fishing, transportation, war, unfortunately too,
I was thinking it might have been China that had the original sails, because I know they have some of the oldest boats too.
That makes sense. It was Egyptians though.
It was, okay.
They're crafty. They've been making all that all that technology for the years. Maybe even they had, I don't know, a power station. That's a whole different story. We don't know. We don't know at all. But I do love boats. Again, I grew up in Michigan, so in Michigan we had all the boats. Like my grandfather actually used to build boats when I was a kid. He worked for a place called Century Boat.
Oh, wow.
And Century Boat were like the classic kind of style of boats in like the 70s.
Yeah.
And people loved them. And my grandpa would actually build them in the basement. He'd build the whole thing in the basement, design it during the wintertime, and then when summer came along, he'd take the whole thing apart and then rebuild it in the garage.
Wow.
And then he'd take it out in the lake. It was like, why would you? He had that huge open basement before, and he had like a bunch of old classic wooden boats, and then he started getting the fiberglass boats as well, as they were advancing as well. So it's wild,
When was he working on those?
He was working on them like in like the 70s, 60s, and then
he kind of saw the transition to fiberglass then.
Yeah, he was a foreman there. And through that whole process, like he was just like running the whole team, helping him build it. My grandpa was so crafty. He was definitely a craftsman. He was building everything. He built houses and everything else too. But he actually fell at work and hurt his back really bad, and then he had to retire. So, but he still was like working on boats at home, but it wasn't he had to kind of lay off a little bit after that too.
Yeah.
But kind of sad.
It's definitely a craft that has to be kind of like, or a trade that has to be handed down, right? Because it's so unique, so specific. It requires so many Just unique ways of designing and building, especially if you're working with wood, right? Like a lot of wooden boats, you have to know how to get the wood to be malleable, right? So you can bend it and shape it.
Yeah. I can't even imagine doing that. Like, I don't have those skills. My brother has some skills from that. My older brother, of course, because he was around my grandfather more at that time, you know? You got, 7-year gap is enough just to kind of, figure that out and be more involved. But yeah, have you been on boats a lot? Were boats in your family at all?
Not a ton. I grew up near boats. I grew up near a marina, so super familiar with the culture of it. But it's an super expensive thing to do, and so it was never something my family had the resources for. But we did go to the Ventura Marina for they do a Christmas light parade. I think it's called the Parade of Lights.
Love that.
Every year. In fact, actually this year I think is like the anniversary, something like a 50th anniversary or something.
What?
But
you gotta go experience it too. You gotta go there and check it out.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was something that we did growing up every once in a while. But no, boating is like it's a whole culture beyond wherever you are, right? Like you can access the world through your skills as a sailor if you have those talents. I don't know, on a lake it's a little different.
It's a little different,
Lake
yeah.
Michigan, you can't really see the world that way.
No, but
unless you want to take a river out.
You can't see across Lake Michigan though too, so it almost
Really?
feels like an ocean.
Wow.
So you can't see, you gotta go way across to actually get to the other side. So of course, personally, it kind of feels like an ocean a little bit, but
Yeah.
of course not the salt water with it too. But yeah, but they still you don't have the ocean waves, you don't have all the different sea life with that as well, but you don't have the brutality you get on an ocean.
Yeah.
You're going out in ocean, going across that ocean blue sea, you're having a lot more, of course, when it comes to weather and actually how that changes and manipulates that, it's more dangerous. It just is.
Absolutely.
And you have a big body of water like that, you never know what you're gonna get. But
Well, also you need to be in communication, right?
always be in communication too when you're actually going across there. Like CB radios are still a thing. Well, they kind of transport into satellite radios for kind of you get way out there. You need to have something. Satellite phones help a lot more, but back in the day it was all CBs. And that was it. And they had their stations like back in Michigan. I think it was channel 11 that was supposed to be open for emergency all the time.
Right.
And then channel 1 was supposed to be for just fun communication between fishermen, back and forth, boaters out there too, just talk back and forth.
Like the trucker radio, right?
Like the trucker radio. It still acts like that too. You can just go on there and have a good time and talk to people and hey, where you at?
Well, there's probably a whole language that you have to develop too, kind of like pilots do, right? For being able to communicate properly.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing. It is. But personally, I don't know. I didn't play around that too much. Once in a while, when a boat come in, because I worked at a marina, when the boat would come in, they'd hail me, and we just talk back and forth. They'd be like, they'd hail you in the first channel, and you swap to a second channel. It's just like working on set,
Yeah.
They'd be like, hey, Marina coming in, or to a place called Sangs Marina. Sangs Marina, this is Cutter Ocean coming in right now. Do you guys have room on the dock for a boat, or do you actually have room for a slip, or do you have a pump? Is the pump available? I'm like, yeah, switch over to number 2. We'll talk, swap over, and have a conversation about it. So, and you actually ease them into the marina and find out where they're going to go, help them dock. It was a fun time in my life.
Yeah. What marina was that? Was that on Lake Michigan?
It was on Lake Michigan. It was actually off Lake Michigan and Manistee Lake where I grew up. So it kind of went from Manistee Lake over to Lake Michigan. And it was right off the port. It was called Sangs Marina. And they were really cool over there. I managed the marina for a little bit too. So it was a lot of fun.
That's
a lot of fun. But I was out of high school, into college. So of course, me personally, it was just my summer job at first. And it became something I just enjoyed every year. So
yeah,
great times. It's seasonal. Everything's seasonal here too. Not in California,
right.
But in Michigan, it's seasonal.
Yeah, we found out that even the ferry here is seasonal.
Yeah, I'm still mad about it right now.
Which is all right.
I figured California, you think the ferry would just go all year
all the time.
long. Yeah, and they're like, no, we stopped that. Maybe in June it starts again. I'm like, what? Do you see today, guys?
It's a beautiful day.
It's March. It's a beautiful day. Why is there no ferry going? But that's the thing, Aaron. Here, the ferry to go around the whole marina, and you can actually hop on a bus. And
that's
so you
great.
easily, again, just kind of stop from port to port, get on, get off.
It's funny because a lot of the boats that were used in the ancient world were actually used in canals as well. So, we might have been able to travel the world using boats, but just getting around the land through canals was actually a big part of the way boats were used as well, because it is so much less friction than having to use a wheel on land, right?
Yeah.
So even animals pulling boats up rivers and canals is one of the oldest forms of transportation.
And it's like, it's just not so brutal too, you know?
Right.
It's just not brutal. Like if you're going on the ocean, you're going on the lake, it's like you're at the mercy of the weather all the time.
Oh yeah.
And you get the wrong like drift or the wrong turn in the actual waves, and you'd be flying away, you know?
Wow.
It's like the undertow pulling people underwater. It does the same thing with boats. It messes with them.
Yeah, well, that was the one time that I actually did pilot a boat, was in a marina.
Nice.
An
What
AD,
happened there, huh? Good stuff?
Well, an AD a friend of mine invited me out on his boat with a couple other friends, and he's like, here, take the wheel.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a marina, whatever, just get us out into the ocean. And I was like, oh, okay, no problem. He's confident, so I should be confident, right?
Yeah.
But the swells were way too big. And so he comes up from the hole and he sees what I'm facing. He's like, oh, no, we're not going out today. I'm like, how should I know?
Avert.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
So I almost went into the ocean, the open ocean. But I'm kind of glad he came out and took over, because it was definitely a lot more than just going around the marina. I mean, you really have to know what you're doing. And
Well, that's the thing. Like the marina, you're encased in the marina, like right here. You were actually enclosing it, so of course the water is not affected by that. Once you get outside those actual, like, of course, the lines of it all, you'll get out there and it'll be like so different.
Oh,
like
yeah.
right away you hit those waves, like, wait a second, what's happened? Because there's nothing, again, encapsulating it, keeping it in to actually calm it down.
yeah.
So right here, you can see it's smooth like butter right here, you know?
Absolutely.
You go out there, who knows? Have you ever gone out in the ocean out here in a boat?
So I've been to the Channel Islands. I've been on a couple cruises.
You've been cruises, that's right?
Yeah, and I mean, the most like open ocean that I've been able to experience was definitely taking a boat to the Channel Islands, going out to Anacapa Island.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely different. Like,
But was that
you
a
realize
boat?
you're out there.
Or was that a ship?
That was a boat for sure. The cruises were ships.
Yeah.
But the boat I was on was probably only maybe 30 feet.
Okay.
Something like that. It was pretty small.
Yeah.
But
Those
it
are great
was,
boats.
you know, it was enough to get us out there, and it was actually pretty cool just to experience that kind of isolation of it, right?
Yeah.
'Cause when you're out in the water, like, there's nothing around.
Nothing at all.
You're not connected to a road. You're not on, like you said, or we were talking about the radios, that's the only connection you really have to civilization. So
Anything can happen. And sometimes there's no cell service out there too.
yeah,
And that's why they have to have a fixed radio right there as well, and use the old school method.
Yep.
Satellite goes a long way too. That's actually advanced it a lot, but CB radios are awesome though. It's still a great form of communication. It's just fun.
So what do you know about a traditional sailing boat? Like, obviously there's a ton of terms. You got port, starboard,
Yep.
stern, shoot. What's the front?
The
bow.
Bow. Yes.
The bow. You got a mast. You got.
I'm not a big sailboat person. Not gonna lie to you.
Oh, really?
I'm
Okay.
not. I've always been like in motorboating area because that's what I
Okay.
grew up. My grandma did motorboats. Everybody in my family had motorboats. We don't have a lot of sailboats in like Michigan, like off Lake Michigan. Just
Oh, I
don't.
guess you don't have as much wind.
Don't have
right?
much wind. It's
Yeah.
too enclosed. That's why when I came here, like everybody can see have sailboats.
Yeah.
I went on my first sailboat like 3-4 months ago for the first time.
No way.
Yeah, first time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was fun. It was kind of weird though too because motorized boats, you're always like, if you turn a certain way, if that boat starts rocking away, you're in trouble.
Right.
On a sailboat, you're going so far close to the water, it feels like you're gonna turn over and flip the boat. But that's how they actually operate.
Right.
And so it's freaking me out a little bit. I'm like, this is not supposed to happen. This is not supposed to happen. And I drove it too. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, you definitely have to lean and get used to the plane you're on.
Touching the water, it's like that. It's like, this is not good, guys. We're a flip. But then again, that sail power can actually do it because the way it's weighted and the way it actually,
Yeah.
of course, can manipulate the wind.
Well, the racing catamarans, they literally go like almost perpendicular to the water at times.
Yeah.
It looks like.
They going fast. You're like
So
rocking
crazy.
and rolling. I don't know. Like, have you been on a sailboat before?
Yeah. I went on a sailboat. Well, I mean, that's what I was on when I went out.
Oh, it was a sailboat.
Was trying to go out into the water, but we didn't have the sails open yet.
Okay, that makes more sense. And yeah.
Yeah.
That's that. You got to be very careful on that sailboat going out there too.
Oh yeah, because like you don't have enough power to kind of go into the waves unless you have the sails open. right?
Yeah, you can. Those they
don't know.
all have motors on
I don't
them now.
know. I don't.
They used to not have motors on them, like, but maybe a little bit of one. Like a lot of them are true sail power, but a lot of them still have some pretty powerful motors that can actually, again, get you pretty far on them as well. And everybody has that set up because it is good for just in case. Sometimes there's no wind. Sometimes, of course, you're getting out there and you just don't have any force pushing you forward, and the sail wind is not enough. If there's no wind at all, you're like, well, I guess I gotta just put on the motor and go a little bit.
Right.
They go slow.
Like Tommy Boy sitting in your little dinghy.
I love Tommy Boy. Hold on!
Well, what are some good boat movies we could talk about? Obviously, Titanic.
Titanic is the one, everybody.
Right.
You can't talk about boats.
That's a ship, though.
It's a ship, though.
It's a ship.
But
We're
it's still,
talking
there
about
are
boats
boats
today.
on the ship, though.
Well, that's what I found out. I'm like, okay, there's a difference between boats and ships that we should probably spell out, right?
Yeah.
Because a boat is smaller, but like a boat can fit on a ship.
Yeah.
I think is ultimately the
500 tons is the key.
distinguisher I came up with. But what was it?
500 tons. So
500
500 tons is when you get into the ship territory.
So 499 tons is
It's
a boat.
still a boat. It's still a boat. Yep.
That is a big boat.
There's somebody out there that's probably like, this is my boat, and they're probably loving it too. They're probably arguing with their friends all the time.
Right.
Well, this is a ship, not a ship, it's a boat. So that 500-ton frame, that's where it kind of branches in. I guess, you're still going to call like probably 450 a ship, but 500 tons is the key. But I don't know. Ships are cool. There's like moving malls, but boats are like more, of course, togetherness, a little bit more intimate in a lot of ways too.
Yeah,
Watch out for these bikers right here. I want you to hit a bike.
Oh, it's definitely intimate, right? Like you have to be kind of inside of a boat in the cabin. You're all up in everybody's business, right?
You have to think about weight too all the time too. If you're overweight or something like that, of course, if you're on a smaller boat and you have too much weight on the bow or down below, sometimes it can tilt the boat different ways too. You got to worry about that.
Right.
So of course, that's always something you got to think about too. Of course, we used to go out in Lake Michigan all the time as kids. My grandpa had a 40-foot boat. We called it the white boat, and you'd go underneath and stuff like that. It was kind of cool, a little cabin that he built. But but we had to always think about that weight stuff too. Speedboats. He built a lot of speedboats too, so
nice.
Those are fun. Those go fast. Yeah, but I love them. Boats are great. Also, you know that there's actually people have gone around the world in boats?
Yeah.
Like two people
absolutely.
have?
That's.
Or more
You
than
mean
two.
like a solo journey?
Solo journey around the world.
Wow. No.
And the youngest person to ever do that was 14 years old.
Wow.
14 years old. This girl was like, I guess her dad went boating before, and she loved it so much, and she's like, that's all I want to do. And then her parents got divorced, and then she was like, I just want to do this trip and do it. And the courts were fighting it because you had to be 16 years old to actually,
Wow.
of course, take a boat out by yourself like that. And then it came down to a ruling in 2010 where they said, okay, it's up to the parents' discretion. And so she went out. She went around the world by herself. Now, what happened, her name is, I'll pull her name right here, so I guess I'll have her name too, so you guys can check it out. This was August 21st, 2010. Laura Decker went around the world. She went 2 years.
Wow.
So she was 16 when she was done. She stopped like 26 times. That was the goal. And then her family met her twice to help her through like Panama Canal. So apparently it's very brutal to go by herself through that too. But
Yeah.
can you imagine doing that?
Going through Panama Canal
By
though?
herself. Yeah, but so she had somebody jump on for that section, I guess.
With a boat, not a ship.
With a boat. With a boat.
Have you seen some of those locks? Like they are so big and so crazy. It looks like something out of a Transformers movie or something. It's just not like, oh my gosh.
I wouldn't do it. I don't know. I'm like, at 14 years old, I definitely wouldn't have done it. And that would have not been me.
It's like being in a giant freight elevator with like a Navy ship. Like what?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
That's wild.
I mean, that girl must just, she was brave.
Yeah.
But she did it by herself. And again, like for the majority of the time, she was by herself. And like, they were like, I guess on her return journey, she went back a different way because she didn't go land at the same exact spot. She wanted to see the whole world. So her father came out at the end. They went back to her home areas too. So that was like out of Germany. So she's, I can't imagine. Youngest person ever. A Dutch court was the one that was actually fighting her too. But it's crazy about that. But yeah, man, I would have done it. Would you do that by yourself? Travel around the ocean blue by yourself?
If I knew the boat really well, probably. But I feel like it's such a thing to learn. There's so much involved, like just understanding kind of the physics of it.
Yeah.
How to do it, what to expect. I don't know. It's pretty amazing that somebody that young was able to do that.
And then like the fact that I was thinking the same thing. I'm like 14, like who's gonna allow her to do that? Her dad was like, go for it,
Yeah.
I guess. But I mean, she must have been very skilled. I mean, she did it. So
Yeah, that's incredible.
I can't imagine it. That would freak me out. It's like you said the Titanic earlier. Like, I think if I was on that ship, big boat, I don't think I'd ever, if I lived, I don't think I'd ever go on a boat again.
Well, there's actually somebody who survived that sinking and went on another ship.
Why would you do that?
And,
Why would you do that?
Well, she worked on him. Hold on, I gotta look her name up. Oh gosh. Here, hold this for a second.
Okay.
Yeah. So people have probably heard of the unsinkable Molly Brown from the Titanic. She was a socialite that survived. But there's another unsinkable person from the Titanic, Violet Jessup.
Jessup, okay.
Violet Jessup was on the RMS Olympic when it collided with a Navy ship. And then after that collision, she's like, I'm going to go on the Titanic. So she goes on the Titanic. That sinks, survives that.
I would never get on a boat again.
Then she goes on, in 1916, she goes on the HMHS Britannic, which was the sister ship of the Titanic, and that also sunk. So she survived all three of those.
I mean, that's like how they're rebuilding the Titanic right now to do the same voyage journey again. Why would you ever do that? If a ship sinks, I'm not getting on another ship that's like it.
Leave it down there.
Yeah, let it go. Let it go. Don't roll the dice. I mean, I don't know. That's why. But it's an amazing story though that she lived through all that.
But some of it is just the adventure spirit, right?
Yeah.
Wanting to explore and do new things, create something new. I don't know that was her motive for being
Could have been a necessity as
ships.
well. Necessity is always the thing that happens to people,
Sure, but in general, I think the spirit of exploration is alive in boating, right? And alive in naval designs and expeditions. I mean, there's definitely a whole era of boating that I feel like has started in the last 10, 20 years. Super yachts are a thing now.
Super yachts, man. Lex Luthor's on those all the time, right? It's like super villain boats.
Not a ship? Still not a ship?
No, it's not. It's in between. It's in between. It's a yacht. If you want in between, you got in between.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been on a yacht. I mean, I've been on a yacht, but I haven't gone out on a yacht. Because at the marina, we had like a 150-foot yacht that came in.
Wow.
And it was awesome. It was owned by the Vanderbilts in Michigan. They're like a big family. They're like rich, kind of rich family. They own the Van Andel Arena and big old school oil money right there,
Yeah.
From back in the day, the mustaches and stuff, But that was awesome. I think it was
mustaches are coming back too.
Come back, let's make it happen, right? They're coming back. It's that time. I'm like, why not? But we had at the end of our dock, we had this massive end area. It was 200 feet. And then my owner there, the owner Jeff at the marina, was pretty much we just have this just in case. And they took up the whole area on the end of that dock. I never thought I'd see something like that. It's wild. Get up closer here too. Woo-hoo-hoo. I never thought I'd see something like that. Would you go on? I love to go on a yacht. We gotta get on a yacht sometimes,
I mean, I would, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
I feel like it would be kind of similar to, I don't know, going to a resort, right?
Yeah.
A resort that moves.
It's kind of almost like that cruise ship, almost, but more intimate,
Right.
But still massive.
Right.
Do you have any, you see any of these things that happen about on boats and ships that are superstition type deals? You don't change your boat's name. If you change your boat name, it causes controversy. It could be you're pretty much dooming that boat for something bad to happen out in the ocean. Yeah, so you never change a boat's name.
Okay, got it.
Also, never bring bananas on a boat.
Really?
Apparently that's the whole thing. Don't bring bananas on a boat. It's apparently bad luck.
No way, dude.
Yes, if you're on a boat and they have bananas, it might be
ships only.
Only ships, not boats.
I had never heard that. Okay,
yeah, it's
good to know.
It's a whole thing. And also cats are apparently good luck on ships and boats, and because especially as boats get bigger into ships.
Right, because they take care of the rats or whatever.
Yeah. So they love having cats.
It's probably a bubonic plague holdover.
Oh yeah. Well, think about that too. You're talking about quarantining as well. You know where that word came from was actually, of course, from boats.
Really?
From boating. Because back in the day, it was the 17th century in the Venetian era time that they had plagues happening. So they actually on boats, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because people are traveling across the ocean all the time.
Right. Those were the planes before planes.
They were, and so they'd have them quarantined for 42 days on those too, and that's where the term quarantine came from.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, you know, so like boating life, being on a body of water, on a plank that's rolling across a body of blue water, ocean, guys, whatever it is, a lot of good things. And
A celestial plane.
a celestial plane. I love that. There we go.
Well, it is like a spaceship, right?
It is,
out
yeah.
there on the ocean. Like you are in your own world that you have to create, your own life source that is sustaining you. But I also feel like the ocean itself is part of that, right? Because you can fish, you can collect rainwater.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot going on that's not just in your boat. Like you actually have to be
It's a whole,
in sync with the ecosystem that
Yeah.
you're in.
that's just like, you're just kind of like one little string, one little straw, just kind of in all of that.
Yeah.
Whew. I mean,
What's your favorite like sea movie or
maybe The Abyss. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes, The Abyss is so good.
Life of Pi is also really
Yeah,
good too.
that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
of with like
We
just
talked
being
about
out in the middle
before.
of nowhere, right?
Yeah. We had talked about that before in a previous episode.
We did.
On Pi. Which
Exactly.
makes more sense.
Exactly.
But yeah, Life of Pi. But I think like The Abyss, but then you're also kind of underwater though as well. So
Yeah, well, there's a whole world under the water, but then you have U-boats that go under there as well.
yeah,
I don't know if they're still called that technically,
sure. I'm gonna give it a check.
underwater boats.
Underwater boats.
But
In the submarine territory then too.
but those are also in the ship weight class usually, right?
Yeah.
It's confusing.
It's confusing, and that's what I'm saying. That's what's good. It's a good conversation about that too, because that's gonna be almost called boats/ships. But I think that they're still a boat.
Right.
It's like a sandwich, guys. Like we talked about, we talked about sandwiches before. Like what we say was a hot dog a sandwich, right?
No.
For those people who watch the hot dog episode out there, you know what I'm talking about.
Hot dog is more like a taco than a sandwich.
We had this conversation though about it, right? You guys can go on back to that episode and check it out if you want to see it. Check out hot dogs; it's fun. But I will say this: let's say boats and ships. Like, is a ship a boat? Is a boat a ship? I think they're still the same category.
A ship is a boat, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But a boat isn't a ship.
Yeah, that's the problem, right?
Yeah. I mean, but then that's where it's definitely, there's a weird cross, like a Venn diagram of boats and ships for sure.
Yeah.
And U-boats are right in the middle.
They're right in the middle. They're kind of like trying to figure out where they go, like yachts. They're also in the middle, like we're not quite sure. We're going to not associate, but we're going to associate at the same time.
Exactly.
More fun facts. Come on, let's get more. 90% of the global trade market is done on boats.
Wow.
That's a big thing too. So of course, you think about that, but when we're going back and forth, bringing big goods from China or maybe even, of course, like Japan, coming to the United States, like you're not gonna put that on a plane.
Right.
That's why we have the big ports like Long Beach, bringing all that out on ships.
Yep.
But also a boat. Again, we're saying again, it's still a boat. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy that they're bringing it in that way all the time. But it's wild to me. Titanic, we talk about, like knots, nautical miles too. We didn't talk about that. Nautical miles per hour. You know where that came from?
How is a nautical mile different than an earthen mile?
Because we're putting an actual rope like a knot in a rope and putting it in the water and dragging it, and that's how they're basing on how fast you're actually going, as opposed to RPMs, of course, which again are gonna be tires on a road. So it's just different because again, when you're pulling in the ocean, it's different. How it actually pulls you, it changes. So
is it about drag?
About drag, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a knot. So that's why it is different from, they make their own. But to me personally, I'm like, why wouldn't it just not always be miles per hour? But they're doing it before.
So can you actually drop a knotted rope into the water and get an estimation of your
Theoretically, yes.
That's cool.
I mean, that's how it was
came
formed.
from that.
That's how it was formed. But so theoretically, yes, you could, and it should time out to be the same.
Wow.
But
does that mean, like, does it actually measure slower in a way?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a little slower.
So if you're on land going 50 miles an hour, you might be going 40 knots or something?
40, 42 maybe, something like that.
Interesting.
It's a little bit slower. But I mean, still personally, like, I mean, I get it because you're trying to estimate how long that's going to take. And if you measure in miles per hour, it's not going to line up.
Right.
It's not going to be, it's like, but then again, maybe would you just I guess it gets confusing. You just undercut it and be like, well, that's actually going to be traveling at 42, knots.
Its own system.
That's what we had to do, knots.
Did you, does a lot of the navigating happen in kilometers as well because it's an international standard?
Kilometers, they go a long way too. Yeah, you have to have something that's international. And star charts were a big deal too.
Do you know how to use a sextant?
I am not good with that. Nope. No, I'm not good with that. I should be, but I'm not good with that. I would love to be.
Yeah.
That's because I do like massive journeys, you know.
Right.
In Michigan, we're going out in the lake, coming back,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and it's not that big. It's like different from the ocean. Like, how about you? Do you know how to use one?
No.
Oh,
I mean, I know what it is, right?
I was
Like
hoping.
you use
you
a
did.
star to line up with other stars. I don't know.
And then, of course, yes,
The horizon.
Was it the Venetians? I think also started doing that before. I believe it was. Let me see. I got that someplace.
What do I have on the
Yeah, it was the
earliest,
Venetians.
earliest seafaring cultures?
4,000
The
BC.
Polynesians, the Micronesians,
Yep.
the Phoenicians.
Yep.
Explorers, you got Zhu Ying, and I'm probably going to butcher a ton of names here, sorry.
Get it.
Hong Tai,
We'll pop it down
300
below.
AD. You got from 1500 BC. Oh, wait, that was the Phoenicians. Egyptians, Greeks, Chinese.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like
it makes sense. That's like early world.
an ancient culture, though, that's been a part of the world for such a long time.
It's yeah. Do you know what the let's see here, the oldest boat was called the
Pesa canoe.
Pesa canoe? Yes.
Yes, I did see
canoe.
that. The Pesa
8,000
canoe.
BC. There we go. Got it.
Yeah.
Oldest boat. So yeah,
And that was like a dugout, right?
it's
Like,
dug out. Yeah, canoe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course, I mean, like we were saying earlier, that kind of makes sense. So the Pesa canoe.
Pesa canoe.
So we can pop that down for that spot if you guys want to check that out there too.
Discovered in 1955 in the Netherlands.
Oh, that's where they found it?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. It's nice when we have like different pieces of the same information.
Like, wait a second, did you know this? 1955, that's a long, that was buried for a long time then.
Yeah.
They didn't find it forever.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
that.
it was probably under ice at some point, right?
Yeah.
I'd imagine a lot of this stuff is being revealed because the ice
Ice is
sheets are
melting.
melting and we're able
And also
to
the
pull them up.
land's changing too, so as the land's shifting as well, some things
Exactly.
are appearing that we didn't see before.
Exactly. Yeah.
Erosion, it's
Stuff
also
that
a
could
big
have been-
deal.
Could have been buried in a mudslide at some point, and now it's being uncovered. So
Yeah. Even like volcanoes, sometimes some stuff of volcanoes are coming up from underneath, of course, the molten lava. You're seeing more stuff like that has been buried from that too.
totally.
It's wild, but 1955, that's insane.
I know it's like so recent, right?
You know? Also, how about any songs? You got any songs that you love about boats?
Row, row, row your boat. Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think of
I got my favorite.
Johnny row the boat ashore.
I don't know, Johnny, I don't know that one.
Hallelujah.
Oh yeah, I do know that one. Noah's Ark. You gotta talk about Noah's Ark a little bit.
Oh, you're right. Oh
You
my
can't
gosh.
miss that one.
Okay, so before the Titanic, there was a more famous boat.
Yep. right.
right.
That's a boat. Pretty big,
Or
popular.
is it a ship? I don't know.
It's
the
technically a
measurements, right? The gopher wood, and it's like
Yeah, I mean, how heavy is it actually compared to an actual ship? It might be under that 500 tons.
if you loaded 2 of every animal into a ship, I think you would be over the 500-ton mark.
I would think so.
Yeah.
But is there even a way of knowing how heavy that was?
No.
I feel like not even our AI can figure that out.
No.
AI, I'm not giving you an answer, guys. I don't believe it. I don't know how to know. If it does know, that's a deeper dive right there that I don't know about. You know?
So were arcs?
boats.
Did they pre-exist ships? Is that?
Yeah,
that where-
that was the first form of a ship, I would say.
Yeah, probably.
Because, I mean, ships are all usually steel. You know, that's
Yeah.
kind of the steel world. So that was all wood.
Yeah,
So boats were usually wood. So I would think it might even fall into a boat category more than a ship.
that's true.
Even if you want to base it off weight, based off structural, I would say, yeah, it's more of a boat. Wild, right?
Crazy.
Noah's Ark. I was gonna say though,
They
my
found
favorite.
that too, right?
They
Found
wow,
a
that's
piece of petrified wood they thought might have come from it.
yeah. There was something
In Turkey?
In Turkey, okay. There was one in Antarctica too. They were talking about could be Noah's Ark.
Really?
Yeah. Wild story about
Well, it
that.
could be part of the same thing. Who knows?
Could be. I think they were like going back and forth about it, but it looks like it's the same kind of size, based off, of course, all the descriptions from before. And they found like it's massive, but there's also a lot of like deep conspiracy theory and stuff that goes into there too. So that's a rabbit hole. If you want to check that out too, check that out.
Can't discover any new history without a few rabbit holes to go with it.
Yeah, you go deep down into there, right? You fall in. My favorite song, I gotta tell you about my favorite song, I'm on a Boat by the Lonely Island.
Oh, there you go.
There's definitely some swearing in that, but I mean, I love that.
It's a good one.
I'm on a boat. And like, and also Captain Jack Sparrow they had too about, they're on a boat as well. And what was that? Michael Bolton singing. I love the Lonely Island. Lonely Island's great. They're funny. But boats, yeah, I don't really know. There's not a lot of boat songs that I can think of.
No, I was thinking more movies, right? Like,
Yeah. What's your
gosh,
favorite boat
what's
movie?
the one with Russell Crowe? Why am I spacing on the title of it? Master and Commander.
Yep, Master and
It's a
Commander.
great one.
The Scientology movie.
Actually, Harrison Ford was in a good one too about Wait, the what?
Yeah.
Wait, oh, you're talking about the Master.
Yeah, the Master. Okay, that's what I'm
A different one. But that is about a boat as well.
Yeah, it's also yeah. Hey, wait a second, Brian. Where are we going with this?
Right. No, there's what was I was trying to think of another one though.
There's the Greyhound movie came out. Well, that's a ship though too, but it's a boat.
I think that's the one I was thinking of. That's the Harrison
They're doing a
Ford
sequel
one,
to
right?
that one too.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're doing a sequel to the other one.
But what's the one with there's another really big
I'm the
U-boat
commander now.
movie. U-571's a good one.
Yeah, U-571. That's a great one.
I'm missing one that I should know.
Battleship.
Das Boot. That's it.
Das Boot. Yes, Das Boot. It's a great one too.
Yeah.
See, boat movies. I haven't thought about Das Boot in a long time.
Right. But then you got all these like coming to a new place, coming to America, coming to a new world on boat stories, right?
That's when we came here, right? We traveled on boats.
Yeah, Ellis Island and Angel Island, and coming through to a new place.
New adventure.
It's very much it's similar to trying to travel to a whole different planet at this point. It seems like complete risk to leave your home and start a new life elsewhere.
But it's like the story of humanity in a lot of ways. A lot of our stories are written on boats. Or we fought on boats. I said that earlier, but of course, that's early ways of like...
Yeah, naval battles. And
years and years of that too. Even think about like George Washington, you know, on the boat.
Crossing the Rubicon.
You know?
Or the Delaware.
Delaware. We did that for years.
Yeah.
And then we moved on to drones apparently now. So wild how that advancement has come from like being like one of the oldest pieces of transportation out there to what we're at now.
Well, it's funny because it is becoming both like with yachts, something that is beyond the scale of, you know, a regular person's affordability, or it's something that's a little bit more of like a hobby and more of kind of like a fun thing versus being part of your normal life, right? Part of your normal, I mean, then there are people who are living on boats.
Yeah.
Spending their whole lives on them. And I feel like that's actually more of the middle ground now.
Would you live on a boat? I mean,
sure, yeah. If I was able to travel around, I don't think I would want to live in one marina all the time.
So we know you can live on a boat but not a train. Because you said you wouldn't live on a train. I asked you that before. I'm like,
no, I don't think I would live on a train, no.
All right, we're getting there.
Yeah.
I would live on a boat too. I mean, do you like that kind of the swing? Does it help you sleep?
Oh, it doesn't bother me.
Because I know some people get really sick of being on a boat.
My wife can't really handle it, but not even with Dramamine or any of that.
Oh, really?
For me, it's never been an issue. So.
Yeah, me either. It's weird to think that. Like when people tell me they have that problem, like what? Like it's odd to me, but I guess you know our stomachs are all different.
Well, it's your inner ear, right?
Yeah, inner ear,
your balance, and I couldn't imagine wanting to be on a boat if I wasn't comfortable with that. So
right.
I can relate to the idea that if you couldn't get your balance, it wouldn't be worth it. So.
Have you ever gone down a riverboat before, like a kayak or like a smaller boat like that?
No, that sounds like it'd be fun.
Yeah, you can do a lot of that stuff. Even whitewater rafting's kind of on a boat, right? You
That's
raft
true.
a boat.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Have you done that before, whitewater rafting?
No.
I feel like we had this conversation before, but yeah, I mean, whitewater rafting is also a lot of fun too.
Have you done it?
Yeah, I did in Boy Scouts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Where'd you go?
It was in Tennessee. We went to an actual, like we drove down from Michigan and there was like a whole big open area we had. It was like, of course, set up for, you know, scouting and also for adventure people. It was not like a river down there, so it was pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did anybody fall out?
Nobody fell out.
Nice.
We were fine.
Nice.
It was pretty intense at times though, too.
Yeah.
And like even my father went on and I was like, oh, okay, watch out, Dad. He's not always the best of balance sometimes. Love you, Dad, but I'm saying, I was like worried about him for a little bit, but it was fun. It was like 12.
Well, I remember thinking it was crazy that they would let just kids ride in there and just anybody, you know.
Anybody, get in, come on, load on up. Well, like, you know, like that girl's 14, let her go around the world. I mean,
That's
like,
true.
What world we live in? Just go for it. Get in there. Dude, it's actually warmer here than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean,
Beautiful
it's perfect for sailing, I'd imagine, because there's a little bit of wind, but not too much.
Well, that's the thing, you get out there though, like in the channel, you might not even feel it, but you get out past, of course, like, you know, the lighthouse out there and get out to the actual ocean. It's like, woo, here we go.
Yeah.
Lighthouses are also very associated with boats for navigation.
Keeping people off the rocks.
Yep, keep people off the rocks as well.
Yeah.
You ever go kayaking?
Yes, a few times. Through the marina and on a lake, you know. Kayaking is a lot of fun. Really
a lot
good
of
workout too.
Yeah.
Great upper body workout.
You ever row a boat?
Yeah, yeah.
Rowboats are also awesome too, but those are a lot of work as well.
Yeah, that's even more like full body.
Yeah,
right?
you're
'Cause
moving.
You got to move your whole body with it.
What's it called where they...
Crew.
Crew,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
there it is. We were going there. You ever do crew?
No, but that's a pretty
You're water
amazing
polo, right?
sport.
Is that what you were?
Water polo.
That's
yeah.
what it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't imagine doing crew.
It's got to be so hard.
Oh man, I don't know if I can do it.
And it's a team sport, right? So everybody is like
In sync.
depending on you to be in sync. So it's actually probably similar to like bobsledding, right? Or
Man.
similar to
Cool runnings. I was thinking about that.
yeah, any of these sports where you have to like all be perfect together, like synchronized swimming or even basketball, right? Like one weak link and you're gonna have a lot of turnovers.
Yep, we're
But
done.
Crew has got to be one of those really, really good for you, but hard to stay in it. I can't imagine people doing it forever, but
I feel like there's probably a cutoff for that too, right? Get to a
Right.
certain point, you just can't do it anymore.
yeah.
Like, or you just don't want to do it anymore. Like rowing a boat. I don't want to row a boat really. I mean, I'll do it, but I don't know.
At some point you can't keep up and you got to just stick to the rowing machine.
Yeah, right? Just do that. How about canoeing? You ever canoe?
I don't
Very
think
similar.
I don't think I've ever used a canoe. That's where you have one oar, right?
Yeah,
Two
one oar.
people.
Two people. Yeah, one the front, one the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the back always has to steer though too. So like you kind of have to put in the water and steer certain ways and then paddle and then steer
Right.
and then paddle.
Right.
Because we had a canoe growing up as well. So
Well, and that's a common boat in the Americas, right?
yeah, the very first boat, like we said, the canoe. But it's very popular before kayaks. Then kayaks kind of took that over a little bit more, I would say, right?
Yeah, I guess kayaks are kayaks from North America?
We'll find out and put it down below.
Yeah.
How about that right there? I feel like they have to be. I think that it seems like an Americanized version of it, right?
I don't know.
Like we have the boats that are in like
Could be from Asia.
could be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like overseas, like where you would actually have that. Like I was thinking about Venice because Venice has a lot of boats in general.
They got those long curled boats.
Yeah, the
Gondolas.
yes, gondola. There we go.
Yes.
Pull that out. There we
Moving
go.
them with a big stick.
Gondola. I
But
love
see
the
that
gondola.
that was actually more common back in the day too, right? Like canals, to build a neighborhood around a canal instead of around streets and sidewalks. But
But that was because it was easier to maneuver, like something like
Right.
this, like to walk around this, it takes an hour. But if you were to take a boat across it takes like 5 minutes,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You're right across as opposed to like, okay, I mean, it's a beautiful walk though. If you guys are out here too, walking
It's
around
really
here,
nice,
it's
yeah.
really nice.
what about fishing boats? Fishing is a huge part of how boats have been kind of not only a functional like part of commerce and a part of survival, but just culturally, like you can fish from the shore,
Mhm.
but if you really want to get the big fish and if you really want to go places where you know you're going to get a good catch, you have to go out into the
Way out
ocean,
for
right?
salmon fishing and
Nets and all kinds of
then you have charter fishermen out there too
Mhm.
that are going out on boats too that allow you to get like that have been seasoned, they know the areas. You
Right.
pay like that fee and get out there. You ever done a charter fisherman? I know I've talked to people that love
No.
going chartering. They just love it.
Yeah.
In Michigan, they had a lot of charter boats, a lot, because salmon. There's a lot of salmon run areas around there, so a lot of people are going out for that. It's easy to catch them.
Yeah.
You know, everybody loves salmon, pretty much, right?
Well, and then sport fishing, you've got people going after marlins and all these really fast fish, right?
Yeah.
Fish that are way smarter than salmon and harder to catch.
Man, I can't even imagine.
I mean, like it's like pulling in a shark, right?
Ah!
It'd be crazy.
I used to fish with my uncles all the time, and even like a fish that's like this big, I'd be struggling sometimes.
Yeah.
But then you have the big rigs for it too on the actual, like you'll see them on some of these too. They'll have the rigs where you pop the actual, of course, fishing pole in there to actually help you brace it better too.
Yeah.
Because they are so heavy. And the line has to be thicker too.
Well, we use Robo Cups for coffees on set, but those are from fishing, right?
Yeah, they're from fishing, yeah. Like, hey, multi-purpose,
Yeah.
right? Multi-purpose.
It looks like there's some fishing boats behind us, maybe, or I don't know.
Yeah, look at this.
Some of these.
There's a bunch of fishing boats right here too.
Yeah.
Fishing boats, and I would also say they do have like, look at this. Look at that marina in there a little bit.
Beautiful.
I love that. You know, look at how nice a peaceful day it is today.
It's great.
We're still making our way to the fishing village, guys. Fisherman's Village.
Fisherman's Village.
When we get there,
Check
it's
it
gonna
out.
be. Maybe we'll get like I'll show you. That's like a little town area right there. Then of course, pier, kind of shops. A lot of boats are there, of course, as well.
Yeah, everybody knows the Santa Monica Pier, but there's some other good spots that are worth checking out a little further south.
Yeah. Of course, I say here, we want the most boats. You come down to Marina Del Rey here. I mean, I know
Yeah.
San Pedro also has a lot of big boats out there too.
Long
but
Beach too, right?
Long Beach has a lot, but I feel like Marina Del Rey is, look at how big this marina is.
It's huge.
We've been walking around for like quite a bit of time still.
45 minutes.
45 minutes, guys. We're still making our way. We're getting there. We're getting around there.
So tell me more about your experience boating in Michigan.
Oh,
Did you ever have any scary moments or any storms come up?
never had honestly, there've been any big storms. I mean, honestly, nothing too big. No, growing up as a kid, usually like we would not go out. Like my grandpa would not take us out.
Yeah,
It'd be
you
bad.
have to be more aware of the weather, right?
We
when
would
you're
always
boating?
be looking at that. Yeah, he'd be always aware if we were going to go out in like Michigan and like, nah, we can't go today. And then we had a smaller lake too, Manistee Lake, if we wanted just to go out. More like, it looks like a small marina almost, but of course, there's no docks. And it's about the size of this, maybe a little bit bigger. And we go out there and just go around the lake a little bit too if we're going to do that. And also my grandparents bought a cabin on a lake called Bass Lake. We have all our boats out there we take out there.
Nice.
Pontoon boat as well.
What's a pontoon boat? I've heard of that. But
Oh, I love
can't picture
pontoon
it.
boats. You have 2 floating pontoons, and then pretty much a dock or a boat on top.
Oh, like
of
a
that.
catamaran, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but bigger. But it's like, well,
Okay.
I mean, catamaran is pretty big, so it's maybe a little smaller than that. But yeah, it's just like one flat surface. They put chairs on them, you have the captain's chair and like benches and stuff. More for like vacationing and like recreational,
Yeah, like a houseboat sort of.
Yeah, but there's no like underneath. It's just an open space.
Cool.
And like my parents had one. Well, my parents have one now, but my grandparents had one my whole time growing up. They just go out there and like ride around the lake. There's an outboard motor on there too, and just ride around. You don't go too fast. There's slow boats. It's not about the speed. It's about like the leisure, hanging out. You know, max speed probably like 40, 30 miles per hour, 40 miles per hour. Or if you're thinking about speed that way. But yeah, we have our pontoon boats all the time. There's so much fun at pontoon boats. They got speakers on it. Got music jamming. We take it out to like the shallow spot and just actually go swimming too off the pontoon.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great thing to do in the summertime.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Michigan in the summer, there's so many boats out in the water all the time. Everyone's just like getting out there and just enjoying the sun.
It's great.
Yeah, it's like, but it feels like this, in the summertime, as opposed to like this is the winter right here.
I know, that's true.
I mean, like what? This is the wintertime?
Yeah, I
so
would have
upset.
expected there to be more tourism right now because the weather's good here.
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah,
We have a weird like heat wave that came in right now too,
that's true. Yeah.
like this week. But I think it's gonna start cooling down in this week too. So it's
Well,
last
it's spring break right now, isn't it?
week. Is it spring break?
I don't know. Is it coming up?
I think it is coming up. But I think it's April, or is it April, or is it?
I don't know.
I mean, we'll put that down below. When's a typical spring break right there? Spring break. I was thinking of that spring break movie with
Spring
the
Breakers.
Spring Breakers. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's horrible.
I've heard
It's horrible. James Franco with the grill. Horrible. That's all I gotta say. And he's like, it's spring break, spring break, spring break. I'm like, what the heck am I watching right now? And who approved this movie? I mean, maybe somebody love it. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna knock it, but I'm knocking a little bit.
All right. What's another boat movie that you enjoy though?
Let's see.
Something that Andre was a movie I grew up watching about a seal. I know they got boats and it's around a harbor.
Oh,
It's
cool.
not really a boat movie, but
Yeah. Free Willy has some boats in there.
Free
too.
Willy, there you go. Free Willy's
You got boats on Free Willy. I just watched like a bunch of. Think about how many things. Like, what was that? That movie came out. It was pretty good last. There's a lot of shipwreck movies coming out this too about being on a boat. What was that
shoot.
called? Parasite or Paradise or? It's not there. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny that like I've seen a lot of movies on a boat, but they don't stick out to me as like being like they're always disaster movies.
Yeah,
And like something goes wrong. Jaws is a big one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Jaws is great. Oh,
I love Jaws. It's a big one.
Jaws is a great boat movie.
Yeah.
That's true. I always think of it as a disaster movie, but it really does like give you that sense of being stuck on the boat, right? When they're talking in the cabin
Yep.
and he's telling them the story about the dead eyes of the shark or whatever. It's like, you just imagine the shark could come through the wall at any moment.
Anytime. Dun-dun,
So
dun-dun.
good.
I mean, it's a boat movie.
That's a really good boat movie.
Deep Blue
It
Seas
gives
also.
you that isolation too, right? Like you just feel that kind of like solitude that you can find on a boat.
And how big is that boat? You know, it's like 40 feet maybe, if that, you know, it's like a typical boat.
Yeah.
Like those fishing boats are usually range from like 35 to 45 feet. When you get past that 65, you start moving towards like the yachts and the bigger ones up to 100 as well. But I love a boat, man. You get down below, you have a little deck back there. You have the higher up, you have the little cabins up above or the actual like lookouts you can actually see across the water when you're fishing.
Yep.
I mean, there's all different variations. I just say I love the old wood on the boats too, the ones that still have the wood. We were talking about this earlier.
Yep.
It just looks classic.
Totally.
You know?
A movie that featured some good old boats and a really good sequence with them was Dunkirk.
Oh yeah, Dunkirk.
That whole sequence with the ships and the civilians having to save people. I mean, it's amazing. And it's also just like such a reminder of where we've come from and how the technology's evolved and changed.
Well, it's like, I want to say the movie is called Pressure coming out. It's about D-Day.
Oh, cool.
And it's about Eisenhower talking to a meteorologist about going in for D-Day and like fighting with them about we're going to go in, we have to. But the meteorologist like, if you go in right now, there's going to be a huge storm and you can have massive casualties.
Wow.
But Eisenhower wants to do it. It's got like Brendan Fraser as Eisenhower.
Wow.
And yeah, it looks really good. But they're coming in the boats in the trailer. I'm like, oh, this is crazy because that was again, we're talking about weather and how that affects boating.
Yeah.
That was a big historical thing that really caused a lot of problems, but they had to go in.
Wow.
And can you imagine making that choice? Like can you imagine history, like talking to a meteorologist about, again, a military plan? Because that matters.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, it matters.
Well, yeah, weather is a huge part of sailing in general.
It is.
A huge part of naval experience and understanding. And I mean, you really have to know weather. You have to know the ocean really well in order to sail
Be
it.
prepared for anything, because that's the thing. When you're going out in the ocean, you really don't know.
Yeah.
Anything can happen,
Yeah.
really. And it's like the as opposed to a lake, a marina, you're kind of controlled a little bit. And you're going out in the ocean, you're just like, here we go. And on a boat too, especially. I don't know, you capsize, that's not going to be great. I think of like Pirates of the Caribbean. We got a lot of boats there, guys. Think about pirates and stuff too on boats. I love those movies too. So if you think about historically, pirates, Vikings as well. The big thing with Vikings were when they actually...
The longships.
The longships, yeah. Those were cool, right? Again, traveling the ocean. And they used to actually put for, when they're dead, when the generals died and stuff like that, they put them on a little boat.
Oh,
They'd
right.
send them out in the ocean.
Viking funeral.
Yeah, because that would carry them to the great beyond, if you will.
Yeah.
And that was a symbol of course, them also out living on a boat their whole life pretty much as it is, you know, traveling Vikings. But it's interesting how boats have been that impactful. And then people also do have, like, when it comes to, like, can't think of the actual, of course, ceremony, but they'll put candles out on boats. Mm-hmm. And they'll put them out in the ocean as well for, of course, when someone passes away, I think, too. It's another tradition as well. So you have all the candles lighting up across the lake.
Well, even the, Egyptian emperors would be buried with their boats, right?
Yeah, right?
Like as a way to take them into the afterlife.
Yeah, to the afterlife, taking you to that next level.
Yeah.
And boats have been, like, historically with us for forever.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like as long as people have been traveling the world and exploring it, boats have been a part of that story.
History, right there, right?
Yeah.
From like that to like the fun swan boats. You go out on a date, right?
Yeah.
Let's go on out.
Park Lake swan boats.
Swan boats, don't forget about those.
Those are the descendants of the Ark and Titanic, right?
The swan boats. You've been on a swan boat? On a date on a swan boat?
I don't think so, no.
I've never been either. I feel like I need to do it sometime, but never done it.
Yeah, I'll have to take my wife out on one of them. But I think the idea of like boating itself is also romantic, right?
It really is.
Like going through the tunnel of love or whatever, but like just in
Willy
general.
Wonka, they're on a boat.
It's a boat movie.
It's a boat
It
movie.
counts. That's true though. That tunnel is creepy, man.
Yep.
There's no knowing where we're going.
There's boats in Little Mermaid too. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. I think actually that's a really good one. Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
Because he has to like kill the villain with a boat, right?
Big battle on a boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like I said, pirates before. There's a lot of battles on pirates too, all the pirates movies. But yeah, boats are very influential.
Absolutely. They still are carrying goods around the world and giving us access, all of us humans access to different, the blessings of all these different cultures. And it also gives us a chance to kind of like travel now, I think, in a way that is hopefully a little more leisurely, a little more enjoyable and relaxing than it was back when it was the only way to get across the oceans, right? Because that was
it.
Scary.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Back then too,
Yeah.
navigation wasn't that great. You're just going,
Yeah.
and you're like hoping. And then of course we didn't have, the meteorologists weren't the same, so we really didn't know about. I mean, I feel like they still know what's going on a lot of times, but better than it used to be when it comes to predicting weather.
Yeah.
Because it's always going to be a factor.
Oh, what's the perfect storm?
Perfect storm. That's a great one too.
Right? Man.
Yeah, I love the perfect storm.
Yeah, the fishing boat against the big storm.
Was that the Harrison Ford one?
No, that's oh gosh, that's
Russell Crowe? No.
the tequila guy, George Clooney.
Oh, George Clooney. It's George Clooney. Oh, that's a great one. Jurassic Park's on boats too, but I love George Clooney.
Well, the book Jurassic Park, the tour is originally on a boat.
That's right. Yeah.
So they're going through the park
Jurassic
on a
Park
boat.
on a boat.
And when Spielberg made the movie, they decided to do cars instead. Genius. I mean, I still see the Ford Explorer like a Jurassic Park car, and
The T-Rex.
the Jeep,
The
is
Jeeps
like,
are cool.
yeah.
I see people that drive those around town sometimes.
Yeah, there's like a Jurassic Park Jeep.
I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, good for them. It's like every time it just pops right out. It's like when you see a DeLorean too. You're like, what?
Exactly.
Is a DeLorean right here? I mean, I don't know.
What's the coolest looking boat that you would consider, like a speedboat or one of those old speedboats?
Old
the
speedboats.
wooden ones?
And that's kind of like my jam. I think because my grandpa has those old wooden ones.
Like the Godfather boat, right?
Godfather boat. That's cool. Like, there's Godfather boats as well. I would, probably because my grandpa worked on those century boats, like the old school century boats from the 60s.
Yeah.
They're really awesome. They're sleek. There's something about how the windshields are. They have the American flag in the back of them all this time. My grandpa had a little American flag with a little light on top of it that would light. And they just had like a really kind of cool, sleek, like, feeling for it. Like, oh, it's old school America kind of,
I love it.
It was fun, but it was also like, the outboard motor in the middle is really cool too. The motor in the middle. So like, you think about this too. It's like a lot of these motors will be in the back or of these boats, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, the motor's actually built in the middle, and there'll be a casing over it too. And they'll have like cups and stuff on there, cup holders, and it's like chairs and stuff around it. You can't hear it, but it looks really cool. And you pick it up, and there's the motor right there. It's wild. But also those things are fast. I do love how fast they are too. They're super sleek.
Does it have to do with the way it's balanced?
Balancing it, yeah.
Right? Like putting the motor in the middle is actually helping it make it
Balances the whole boat so much
faster
better.
and
Because again, it comes on the weight always. You put it in the back. Now, if you're back heavy, you could tilt over easier. You want to hear a fun boat story?
Oh no, that's true. Because sometimes they like lift up and they get air.
Yeah, they get air.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
what
man.
happened? I can already imagine.
Well, didn't happen with that, but you got to be very careful about, of course, drain plugs. I'm going to say drain plugs. So a lot of times on these older boats right now, they're always taking out a little bit of water. Okay. And when it comes out, we have a bilge. And so what they do is it's pumping. It's pumping water. It happens on almost every boat. So of course, take a little bit of water, so they have the pump on there, and they have of course, they're pumping it out through those drains. And if that's not working, if those drain plugs are open, your boat might just sink.
Wow.
Now, of course, you look at any boat, you pick it up a lot of times. Sailboats happens on my grandpa's old boats. You pick up the bottom, and underneath you see a little bit of water, and that pump's always pumping. So, my brother and I were going on his boat, and it was on my family's lake, and so we were getting out there, and he did not have that pump wasn't working, and he apparently did not have the actual, of course, hit him open a little bit. So the plugs were open a little bit.
Oh,
so they're going. All of a sudden the boat starts going down. No. And the boat went right under. Now, luckily, the lake wasn't that deep, right?
My gosh.
And so here he is. He's treading water, holding onto the bow so it doesn't go down and sink. He's holding the bow, treading water, be like, help me. We brought the pontoon over there to actually get there, and we pulled it up on the lake because he was holding it, treading water. So to pull it out, and that boat still works.
Wow.
Pulled it out on the shore, hooked it up, and then had to let air out for a long time, but it still works. But he was like, literally started going down, and this sank. It was like that, bam.
Dang.
Make sure your plugs are in.
Yeah.
But a lot of people forget about just like the bilge. The bilge is not working. When that's not working, like that boat can just sink because they're always taking in water when they're going. Something that people don't realize too.
And that's also so they can get lower in the water and be faster too, right?
Yes. It all works hand in hand.
Wow.
The science behind it is interesting.
Is that called a Century boat, or what is the type of boat?
The boat that we had was a Century. That was the brand. But it's like Toyota, Honda. You know what I mean?
Right.
But back in the day, it was just like a classic, big brand that everybody knew across the United States. So they were very popular for a long time.
What is that kind of boat called, though? Is there a term for it, or?
I mean, they had all different types.
Just motorboat?
Motorboat. Yeah, they had all different types. So their speedboats were their big popular ones. But they'd make, they start with wooden, and they end up going to fiberglass. But they're all speedboats. Yeah, a lot of speedboats.
Well, there was a ton of technology that changed boating throughout history, like starting with obviously hides and dig outs and manpower and animal power to move them, but
not horsepower. Well, we call it horsepower.
Well, yeah, and horsepower, but also then wind power, and then ultimately steam, right? Like engine power, essentially.
Yeah.
And now that's the primary way that we use boats.
Yeah.
But another big innovation that really changed. We talked about it earlier, but really changed the boating world in general was fiberglass.
Fiberglass,
right?
Big, massive change.
Because it was wood, it was steel, or even alloys, right? So that they wouldn't corrode. But until they came up with fiberglass, there wasn't really a material that would be as durable in the ocean, right?
Yeah, you go through the biggest waves and stuff like that. It could hold up and take the abuse.
Right.
And with that too, of course, it made it a little bit lighter as well, but it also made it faster.
Yeah.
You're getting that speed right now too, and that's why then when Century turned to fiberglass, those boats got really fast.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Yeah.
My grandpa, he still have like one of his boats that still is like intact, and it's like, I love going out. And that thing's so old too. You're looking back at it too. 60s, I think it's actually maybe 60s, I think that one is, yeah.
Made to last.
Made to last.
Yeah.
And it takes maintenance. You have to take care of a boat too. There's a lot of maintenance.
Well, that's actually a big part of boating in general, right? It doesn't matter how well it's made. It doesn't matter how perfect it is.
Maintenance.
You need to do maintenance regularly to make sure that it'll be in seafaring condition.
Yeah. Even to go through and they swab the deck, you know what I mean?
Right.
You got to do that though.
Right.
You got to take care of it. Just take a toll on it too. All the seals you have to go through as well, and when you're watering down, make sure everything is tight, because again, water can get in the boat through other ways. Whether it be, of course, a window someplace as well. Make sure that's always tight. Going through that, sealing out with either caulk or wherever you do it.
And you're in an environment that's always got air and moisture, right?
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
If you leave it out, even leave it on a trailer or something like that, you don't take care of it, do the maintenance on it, it's going to be just not going to be able to put it in the water.
Right.
It's not going to work.
Right. It's going to crack in the sun and become brittle and.
Yeah. And that's it. You're done. And all the money you spent on that's over.
Right.
My brother restores boats too, so it's like watching him do it sometimes. Like, I don't even know how he has the patience for it. You know?
It does take a ton of patience. I think it's so meticulous.
It's so meticulous. Right? But it does take a toll on it. Even like these sailboaters and stuff like that. Like I said, if the bilge is not working, that happens. Those go out. Your boat will just sink.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? It'll just sink. You don't even know. I haven't gone there a few weeks. Let me go check out. Oh, their boat's gone.
Well, there's probably more boats under the water than above it right now. Right?
There's a lot of boats under the water. And there's treasure there too in a lot of places too. I want the treasure. Think about that throughout the years. How many boats have disappeared?
You know what's funny too is I think we've found a lot of ancient history from shipwrecks.
Yeah.
So you may have as I do, just like a general, oh, this is a bad thing. It's terrible that this happened. But then we have all these artifacts that might not have existed, or may have been melted down into something else, or may have been...
Because they fell in a lake or an ocean.
Or because they were just part of civilization, and apparently we're not interested in preserving much anymore.
No.
If at all, or if ever. But then some of these things, a ship goes down and then we uncover a type of gold doubloon that would have been melted into something else, and we never would have known it existed. But because it was buried under the ocean, we do.
Yeah.
So it's a weird way to actually know that our history comes partly from the tragedy of shipwrecks.
Well, it's even like you said the Titanic before. I'm surprised at how well that's still kind of intact. I know it has cracked and broke, but I mean, it's still wild that you can actually go down there. There's stuff that looks like pretty much like it was before.
Yeah.
It's like a time capsule almost.
For sure.
There was a boat, I guess it's a ship from Michigan called the Edmund Fitzgerald that disappeared.
Uh-huh.
And they were looking for it forever. They made a song about it, and it just went out in Lake Michigan and never came back.
Wow.
Even Lake Michigan has a bunch of ships, bunch of boats that just disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and you wouldn't think that, oh, it's not that big, but it's pretty big.
Big enough to lose a ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big enough. And when it happens, like, what do you do? And like, you know, think about throughout all history. Then there's a Bermuda Triangle right now. You go on there, you know.
Oh, you got it. We got to talk about the Bermuda Triangle when it comes to boats and the boats going missing. And,
you know?
yeah, it's true.
It's a wild, weird situation. Just stuff just gone.
Yeah, but it's a good reminder too of just how dangerous the open ocean is and how like you have to respect it and have a respect for all of these things because they are very, very unpredictable, right?
Yeah. Super unpredictable.
Yeah.
And when you go out there in the middle
Triangles
of
are unpredictable.
Triangles are unpredictable. Oh man. Oh man.
They show up out of nowhere in the wrong episode.
Triangles destroy everything.
Actually, though, the sails, you were talking about the original sails being Egyptians and being square.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because I think of sails as being triangles generally. You know, what we know to be on a normal sailboat, all these ones in the background are going to have usually two sails, right? Like one in the front, that's a triangle.
Yep.
Another one in the back that might be a bigger triangle. I don't know.
And that's how, and by doing that too, it's some way of catching the wind to make sure that, of course, it's able to move that trajectory too.
Does it give you more agility to have a point at the top of the mast versus having like another mast that squares off the sail?
I feel like, I mean, because we did kind of go away from the squares before, I think it does help just catch the wind. Think about when the wind's actually wrapping around that way, it becomes like a bubble almost, you know what I mean? So it is able to hold the wind so it's moving. And as opposed to a flat one, you're losing surface, you know? You have squares, you're losing your top, the front, and you're able to wrap around and actually propel the boat forward faster.
That makes sense.
You know, so it's just, I get why we changed it that way too.
We've got a narrow pathway here.
We're getting there. We're getting there, guys.
We're going to hit some trash cans again.
Oh, this is probably the best spot to walk backwards right now.
Yeah.
I'm doing it though. Yeah, disaster movies are always the boats though too. Isn't it funny? It's like we always look at the worst. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? We're gonna destroy it. We're gonna fall. We can go out in the middle maybe here too, right? Yeah. I say that, and then it's like, oh no.
And then a car drives
by.
by.
A car drives by. Oh.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of disaster movies incorporate kind of like the resilience of like a boating adventurer character or whatever. You always have that person who's like, well, we'll just sail out a little ways until this all kind of...
It's going to be good, right? Let's go a little bit further. Yeah. It's going to be fine.
Right. But it's also, I don't know, there's a little bit of like an ancient human adventurer just attitude with that in general, right? It's like, if this isn't working, then we can just put our life on a boat and move on to the next place.
And be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I would travel on a boat. I would go out in the middle of nowhere and just do it. I would do it. If I could live on a boat for a while, I'd try it out.
Yeah.
And what's the worst that can happen? You have like a...
Drowning.
Becoming a pirate.
Drowning? No, I don't. Pirates. Being a pirate might actually be... good part of the adventure. I don't know, but drowning would definitely be the thing that would come to my mind first.
I get that.
Have you ever been in like a massive wave or like a huge wave that you were kind of like, this thing is going to destroy me?
You know, I've thought that before. Like, just like, I mean, on the sailboat, I thought that before. I'm like, we got out there and I was like navigating for the first time. I'm like, is this how this is? Like, this is not right.
Right.
This should not be happening right now. And
it's overwhelming when you're in real swells for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. I think we were supposed to be going around the marina. We took us through the marina a little bit here too, just so you know, because my navigation stopped.
That's all good.
So
still boats in the background.
They're taking the long route apparently. We're going up and down the docks. So
are we almost to Fisherman's?
I'm trying to make it pop up right now, but my phone is not working. So that's always fun.
It's all good.
So we're making it. It'll be a nice long episode. How long have we been going for so far?
1 hour and 8 minutes.
Okay. Well, it's supposed to be 1 hour and 10 or 1 hour and 10, right? So
yeah. We got another 2 minutes and we'll be there.
We'll be right there.
But they do occasionally do fireworks. I don't know, maybe it's every year for the 4th of July here. I think we're close to the place that I've been before, over by the Marriott.
Yeah.
And I've seen fireworks over here. It's pretty fun. It's a good place to do it and celebrate.
It's so cool. Like honestly, like I love seeing fireworks off the ocean, off the marinas too, because it just like lights up everything. You get that ocean breeze into. It's not all the like the air or the light pollution out there too.
Yeah.
You know, so of course a little bit darker on the marina too, and you're out here, it's like this, enjoying it, right? This is beautiful down here. Would you live in a marina like this too, by all the boats?
Sure. Oh yeah. This like cool breeze is what I grew up with, and really love about Ventura.
Is it Ventura has a lot of that then, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The weather is very similar to what we have right now today.
Oh man.
So.
It's nice because again, you live in like the valley or something like that because Los Angeles is so big and you don't feel that ocean breeze. So of course it's like 30 degrees warmer than it actually is like down here.
Well, that's why it's nice to get over the hill and actually get over to, get over to Santa Monica or enjoy the beach a little bit. And just coming over the hill, you can feel the different temperature. So
you can't take a boat that way though.
No, that's true.
Can't take a boat.
Can't. Gotta use a car to get to the boat, man.
You gotta use a car.
That's a cool old boat right there.
Look at that guy.
What is that? It's like a riverboat.
That guy's
sorta, right?
big too. River boats. They used to have casinos on boats.
Yeah.
That's another whole thing.
Just missing the, what is that big wheel? The flywheel or whatever. Oh gosh. What are they called? Steam.
The giant wheel on a boat?
Yeah. No, that pushes the water.
Oh,
What am I talking about?
That's dumping the water back and forth. The
river. It's a riverboat.
It's a riverboat.
I don't know what that. We'll put that.
We'll put that down below. This will be a down below episode.
One of those Disney boats.
It's okay. We got it. We got it today.
We're almost there. Actually, we're very close now.
Yeah,
I can see the beach. A nice little beach here.
I think it's over there though. Let me see here. I'm trying to see where it actually is getting me here, because we've gone. It's not my map is not working at all. So, can I use your phone?
Of course.
Just to make sure. So this is the first time walking and talking where I'm like, this is
where
weird.
my phone might work better than yours.
Yeah, it might happen.
It's possible.
Just to have that. All right, cool, sweet. While we're doing that,
Brian only has 2 phones, so he has to borrow mine.
I need a third phone right now. I need a third phone to figure this out right now because mine just went kaput.
It looks like we got some empty docks here, which is a nice sign that maybe there's some boats out there enjoying the day.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of boats are in the marina today, which actually kind of surprised me because it's such a beautiful day.
Yeah, right?
Like, can I borrow one of your boats?
Can I borrow your boat right here? Let's go.
Brian knows what he's doing.
I think I know what I'm doing.
Brian knows how to do all the knots.
Oh, man. What am I doing here? So I think I took us in the... How did I go in the wrong direction?
All right, well, we're not going to make it to Fisherman's...
No, we're not going to make it to Fisherman's Village.
Fisherman's
We're
Village.
definitely not going to make it. How did I mess that up?
We're going somewhere else now. We're going to the beach.
We're going to the beach.
Perfect.
How did that happen?
Oh, it's all good. But I feel like we've got a nice view of the marina behind us here.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. It's weird because, like, I tried, guys.
It's all right, Brian. We got to see the whole marina.
Yeah.
And we got to talk about boats, which is,
Always fun.
it's a good time.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us.
Another episode of Walking and Talking, guys.
I'm
Thanks
Aaron.
for being here. I'm Brian.
See you guys next week.
Take care.
Walking and talking.